Neji, dude, he is the shit. Done. Like, I love this character. I hope he's recurring. I hope we get to see him again because he's awesome, dude. The bromance, the vibes, the dynamic between him and Leo, dude. Kekkai Sensen hitting me with the feels in this episode. It was so endearing. It was so awesome to watch. And this episode was just beautiful. Episodic in nature, sure. It does a little bit to progress the overarching plot and expand, you know, the world of Jerusalem's Law and everything that's taking place in Kekkai Sensen. But first thing I have to say before I dive into this touching story of Neji, dude, because I love this dude. Oh my god, I can't get over it. It's so sad. It's so sad. But once again, Kekkai Sensen just proving to be an enthralling, captivating, just amazingly entertaining and fun ride. Like, every episode, every time I sit down and watch Kekkai Sensen, I'm so hyped. It delivers on all levels, you know, from the stylistic backgrounds and, you know, the art style and animation that Bones is going in with. It's beautiful, dude. It's absolutely beautiful, especially if you're familiar with New York. Like, I just have to note that this episode where you see kind of the divide and how, you know, Jerusalem's Lot is set up and how, you know, like, they're talking about referencing things like 42nd Street last week during that crisis with the vampires. No, that was 2 weeks ago with the Elder 13, you know. They were in, like, around 21st Street on the subway. Just the way that they capture the vibe in New York and add this kind of crazy realm to it and, you know, turn it into this unique and utterly insane, limitless with the potential of the world. I just love it, dude. With the Alterworld and all these creatures running around, the stylistic design and how things have changed in this futuristic kind of, you know, fantasy type of way. It's awesome, dude. It's awesome. I have to applaud Night Out time and time again because I love the world of Kekkai Sensen. But this episode, and even this episode, like, clearly Johnny Rocket's references with this Jack's Rocket place and their burgers and everything like that, dude. The story of Nej, we get introduced to Nej this episode, and I'm like, what is this creature? Just gets blasted by a truck. These two gaslit, dude. The depravity, the sickness, the twistedness of these two men that, you know, are kind of caught up with the mafia, it seems like, and everything like that. And how they try and exploit Nej is fucked up. But meeting Nej and just seeing him and Leo form a bond, right? It was beautiful. It was touching. And that song, dude, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The Kekkai Sensen OST is top 5 this season. It's near the top. It's like the most creative and unique soundtrack I've heard in a while. Period in anime. So I'm hyped, dude. It's beautiful. And that song, we got a new BGM that is, I don't even, that tune's like, Alright, I'm done. But you know what I'm saying? That was fucking beautiful. And seeing, even in the moments where they're torturing Nej and trying to have the spores erupt so they can utilize it for their own purposes, and they're just hitting him with the bat over. I was like, fuck. And you see the music playing as Leo's calling out to him and telling him to remember his mother and everything. I was like, oh my god, you're hitting me right here with the feels, dude. Straight in the Kokoro, destroying it. I'm done. Like, I did not expect to get hit that heavy by feels. You know, have this endearing, you know, bromance appear in Kekkai Sensen. I was not expecting that at all. Especially coming off the last episode with the relationship developments with, you know, Leo and White, which I'll talk about a little bit in a second. But, dude, Nej's character, like, his backstory is so sad, because as he says, he can't remember his mother, and his mother can't remember him, and it's fucked up, because what I gleaned from that, and based on what, you know, the uniqueness to his quirk is, which even Starface is like, you know, quirk, is this spoken on here? Whatever, his ability to create these spores being this kind of mushroom, Alterworld, you know, creature, I think that it's pretty safe to say that after childbirth, he was agitated and released these spores and wiped his mother's memory of him and his memory of his mother. And that's what happened. That's incredibly sad, dude. And then on top of that, you have it to where he's being abused throughout this episode. It showcases the discrimination. This episode helps to build the worlding of Kekkai Sensen more, because you see that the Alterworld creatures and all of them, the different variations, there's discrimination between them and the humans are putting them down. There's racism, there's, you know, complete disregard for them. They have separate sections where, you know, the Alterworld creatures aren't actually allowed to venture into, so Nej can't even go to get himself a Jack's Rocket burger anyway. He has to have Leo, you know, pick them up for him, and it was just so awesome to see them eat burgers, like, in different locations, dude. It was so simple. It was just, it was tight, dude. I really enjoyed it, dude. I can't say that, like, it really caught me. It was so endearing. But you see that how, you know, Jerusalem's Lot is set up, and just get more of a sense for the world and how the two races, you know, the humans and the Alterworld creatures kind of relate to one another, and what the, you know, the status of everything is and what the status quo is. So it gets me some insight too into, I mean, at the end of the day, I believe that what's his name, you know, the king of depravity, I don't remember his name right now, it's escaping me, but I believe that dude, like, is all about the anarchy you know, as with the other girl that was with him. I can't remember her name now either, dude. The girl from last episode. I love her. I absolutely love her. I can't remember her name. But, you know, I believe their purpose of anarchy. I don't know what, you know, the King of Dispair wants, who has now reintroduced himself to Leo, calling himself Black, and, you know, we get the reveal that him and White are, you know, twin brother and sister. I already knew that. It was obvious, you know. What's his name? Dude said it before, too. And, you know, the King of the Privity said it before. And it's just obvious from the opening, but I don't get why was Leo's memory of him in the subway kind of hazy? What was that? Why is he skirting the issue and trying to reintroduce himself? A lot of unexplained, like, info dump type of things with Kekkai Sensen in terms of the overarching plot that we really just have to sit back and wait and see how it unfolds, because it's convoluted for a purpose and for a reason. So I'm really interested to find out how it goes. The comedy this episode was amazing. Like I said, the art and animation, the OST blew me away. And Nej X Leo for the win, dude. Like, the sadness I felt as Nej was being abused, dude. It's ridiculous. But as Starface said, like, if Nej, you know, is a recurring character, he could be of great use in the future, you know, aiding, you know, Libra and in various things with that ability to be able to release these spores and just have everybody have amnesia like that and pass out. So it's gonna be interesting, but that scene was just brutal, man. Just when those dudes were abusing them, they you know, he hits Leia with the bat and everything like that. You hear the music playing, and I was like, no, are you kidding me? They forgot 2 weeks. He forgot 2 weeks. He forgot Nej, and then I just see the same scene where Nej gets hit by a bus and they befriend each other once again. Nej still has the little comic book shit in his pocket. I was like, oh my goodness, yes, I'm glad at least they found each other. It's kind of, you know, a high note to end that kind of really endearing yet sad story that we got this episode. So let me know your thoughts. I'm hyped for next week because it looks like Klaus is going up in some sort of arena type boxing match against some random dude who we've never seen before, and it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts. At this point, now that I know how much of an anime, you know, original realm this is going into, because White is a complete anime original character, which I learned a couple episodes back. Now that I know that it's this kind of variation, I'm definitely going to be catching up on the manga separately. I've already read volumes 1 and half of volume 2. I'm going to get the rest of the volumes I don't have and read it, because I just, Kekkai Naito, man, I didn't give him enough credit. It's incredibly creative. Yes, it has its flaws. Crazy info dump, you know, it's very complex, very convoluted, and a lot of stuff is always going on, and they assume knowledge, throw in a lot of knowledge at you, and then expect you to pick that up and run to the next thing because there's a lot more questions than answers. Even with all that, it's just incredibly entertaining, incredibly fun, and it captivates you. That's what I really love about Kekkai Sensen. I'm just having a great time with it, dude. It's one of my most it's probably like top 3 most enjoyable things that I'm watching this season. To just sit down, I'm always so excited to watch Kekkai Sensen. So that's pretty much it for this episode review. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm out. Peace.